promise to help each other, celebrate the joys of life, and to console each other.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show. Later, you know what it is. Hey, Ham Solo. It's time, baby. Low. It's time how we do. Hey. They said we said we lit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. 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 I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a wheel. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you on red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you Red Fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super close like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said go.
Promise.
You're unmute yourself, brother.
Damn it. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. It's another installment of BullSittin. We're 15 minutes late as usual. Thank you for everyone who actually waited. I'm Lok 7, and joining me as always are these two fine gentlemen over here, Mr. Matt Likes Games and the Honorable Mr. Ham Solo 05.
I forgot my fucking vape. I'll be back.
All right. Matt, how you doing? What you been playing?
Fucking tired today.
Just tired. Tired.
They took an hour from me, and I don't know. I'm probably not going to be the same for a couple of days.
Who took an hour from you?
The U.S. government. I don't know.
Jeez.
We went an hour ahead. Spring
Oh.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's how I got the time right. Because I would have put it. I still would have put it at 4 a.m. my time, if I hadn't been told by Ham that today we flip the daylight savings thing again. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yep.
So that's 1 hour back. Okay.
So what I did last night was
So the U.S.
great.
government's just taking everything from everyone, like time, everything.
much.
They're taking everything.
Although they did
Okay.
say something not too long ago about like just getting rid of it or something like that, and I'm like, please, for the love
Getting
God,
rid of
do it.
time or getting rid of daylight savings?
Getting rid of, I can't remember if they want to get rid of clocks going back or forwards, but God, I'm hoping they want to get rid of it going forward because I'm tired of that. But what I did last night, which kind of screwed me over today, was I was like, okay, clocks went forward, so it was like 1:59 a.m. and then it was 3 a.m. all of a sudden, and I was like,
Yeah.
so normally I take my medicine to go to sleep at like 3 a.m. So I'm like, well, then I'll just take it at 4 a.m. because really that's 3 a.m. So I do that. I'm up till like 6:30, and then I wake up at like the same time I always do, which is like 11:30. And I'll tell you, that's not enough sleep for me. So now, because I'm being stupid, I'm paying the price.
I was 5 goddamn minutes late to work today because of that shit.
Oh,
I was
man.
mad as hell. I was sitting on the toilet this morning just like, why does it just feel so much earlier than what it really is?
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't realize it until I went and looked at my oven, and I was like, it says 8:06 on here, and I'm supposed to be at work in 30 minutes.
Yep.
And I mean, it's technically 9:06, right? Because I'm supposed to work at 9:45. So I was I was just pissed because I didn't get to have the morning routine that I usually have. So today I feel like I got kind of screwed over. But luckily for
Same.
tomorrow, it's my Friday, so I can readjust myself, right? So
There you go.
should be good. But man, oh man, like it's crazy how in a routine you get and then something fake like daylight savings ruins it.
Ruins it. Exactly.
Yeah, because
Completely
the daylight
destroys it.
savings is 100% made up. I mean,
It's
technically
insane.
time is made up, but like I mean,
Sure.
but you see what I'm saying though, right? I mean, like daylight savings is extra made up because of the whole need for farmers and stuff like that. When
Yes.
that's not really an issue anymore, and that was an issue back when you know people didn't have as many abilities.
Sure. Pre 21st century. I'll say that.
So
Um,
there's your mandatory daylight savings discussion. This we
it's a
do this
sham.
once a year on TSWS. You're
We'll be
welcome.
back for more next year.
Rach, Rachie, thank you for being a member for 32 months. Shout out to Rachie. Thanks. We really do appreciate that. Uh, Rachie says, thank you, Plume Gaming, to visit TSWS. I found gold. Rachie, we really do appreciate you being a member, but also we don't really understand what you just said there. Also, to the point about memberships, memberships are live. It's $1 a month. We really do appreciate anyone that's willing to support TSWS in another way besides the most important one, which is coming to watch and interact with us. We do appreciate that. Fuzzy, welcome in. Welcome in. Orange Boy keeps crying. We're not important from them. How many? Okay, all right. Ty, good morning to you. And yeah, good evening to the Americans. But
Oh, but I think you want to know what I was playing
All right, Jesus.
yes,
as
I did.
opposed to daylight savings.
Hell
Yeah.
with daylight savings. We're still talking about that bullshit.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I'm
no, we're
saying. I
not.
think you.
We're
No, we're
not.
not.
We're
No,
not.
moving on.
Oh
Matt, go ahead.
God,
Uh,
this is making me angry thinking about that stuff.
no,
You get
no, no,
mad.
no, no, no. So I've been playing like honestly anything and everything. I should be focusing on Resident Evil 4, but I've recently got an OLED monitor and I'm playing like I was playing Prey last night, Prey 2017, and
Mm-hmm.
That's too bad.
dude, that's not
Why?
too
That's
bad.
that's a good game, man.
That's too
Not only
bad.
not only is that a good game, that game's it's a masterpiece. It is a legitimate
I
masterpiece.
wouldn't say all of that, but
Of
okay,
course you
sure.
wouldn't, because you don't like gameplay in games and you don't like
No,
dynamic
but dude,
systems.
I just said it's a good
Of
game.
course.
What are we doing? You know what? Let's
There's
refocus.
hold on, there's a lot of good games. There's a lot of good games. Need for Speed Unbound was a good game. It was a
Uh
good
huh.
game.
Uh
Prey
huh.
Hey,
2017.
I
It's a
do want to give you a
Uh huh.
masterpiece.
heads up, Loke.
Yeah.
At some point this evening, I think Plume is going to join the podcast.
Okay.
You remember that gentleman, right?
Yeah, I remember Plume. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, he's going to be hopping on at some point. I don't know exactly when, but yeah.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
Matt,
Uh,
finish your defense of this masterpiece that isn't a masterpiece.
it is literally a masterpiece.
It's not.
It's really not.
I get it. You don't
It's
like
a
them.
bunch of
Not.
scribbles that run after
I
you.
I get it. You guys don't like immersive sims. That's fair. Not everyone does. But if you do like immersive sims, it's one of the best ones ever made.
Oh
That's
my
all I'm
God,
saying.
Matt said he was gonna bust. Are you serious right now, Matt?
I did. Oh, you mean on the Doom one?
I just opened the general chat
Yeah, on
in our
Doom.
Discord, and you said I'm gonna bust
I,
playing Doom.
I nearly did. You see how good that shit looks? Almost
It
did,
it
dude.
it looks delicious, but I'm gonna bust. Really, bro?
Yes, really. I'm dead serious.
Oh man, that's pretty tough.
It is pretty tough, isn't it? I don't know why I look
That's a
suspicious.
strong thing to do on stream.
Yep, yep, it is. It is.
I
All
wanted to
right,
be known. I
so
didn't bring that
Doom.
up. That was Melissa.
Sounds messy.
So
Just saying.
Yeah, you know.
Matt, Matt, you've been playing Doom. You've been playing the
Yes.
Notch masterpiece, and what else?
The one of the greatest immersive sims of all time, Prey, and also Division 2. I've recently got into that, and
You know what? Cult Classic
wow,
Cage. I don't know what you walked into, but it wasn't good.
no,
Hopefully, you didn't walk in
well,
on that
well,
busted,
Loke's
because that's not
well. The
safe.
thing is, Loke is over here talking about me busted. I'm just like, dude, let's not do that. This is a
I'm saying
family
you
friendly
shouldn't.
show. This is a family
I'm
friendly
saying,
show,
all
and
right,
Loke's
Is
all
it
right.
dirtying it
really a
up.
family friendly show?
I guess
'Cause I had
Matt,
to
I guess
send my
Matt's
daughter
Normally,
done.
into her room.
normally,
I don't think it's very family
normally.
friendly.
I guess Matt's done talking about the games he's playing. Ham, how you been? What you been playing?
I've been pretty good. I don't know if Matt mentioned it, even though the game's been, at times giving them hardships. No pun intended. Um, um, Elden Ring. Was playing some Elden Ring. The
Oh yeah.
the seamless co-op that they have on PC. Uh, God damn! I tell you what, I don't know who made that PC seamless co-op for Elden Ring, but they need a job at they they need a job. Like seriously, they need a job at what is it the people that made Elden Ring. I'm tripping right now.
FromSoft.
I'm tripping.
FromSoft.
FromSoft?
Yeah, FromSoft. Thank you, because that plays great. Does it not, Matt?
It does. It does.
It plays freaking great, and I mean, I get it. That's a Souls game, and you're supposed to, go through it on your own and beat the game. But me and Matt both already beat that game, so it's kind of like whatever. And playing the whole game, or just running around the entire map and being able to just do stuff together, is so much more entertaining.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is. And then if one person dies, that person has to wait until the other person dies or gets back to a side of grace to revive them. Which, I mean, I think it's a fair enough punishment. It's just Elden Ring's incredibly punishing, so you get hit twice and it's like, and then you're leaving me in here and I'm like, fuck.
It's a double tap.
It
A
might be
double
a
tap.
half hour of watching this motherfucker run around and try to kill the enemy, because you know how long them fights take, especially when it's just you. Right,
Yeah,
it gets
yeah,
real treacherous out
yeah.
there. So that's been fun.
And heartbreaking.
I also been playing some Silent Hill 2 on PC as well. I got this graphics card, so I'm trying out everything that I can. Right, I played some Resident Evil
Cyberpunk?
9 that's on the screen here, and that game looks insane. I tell you what, me and Matt were messing around, and Matt's like. No. At first, I said, you know what? I'm gonna throw it on DLA, and Matt just started busting out laughing. And he was like, "That's gonna be a tough time." I threw it on DLAA, no frame generation or anything. That had
Mm-hmm.
my fucking 5090 screaming.
Ooh.
That thing had it. It was on path tracing and whatnot. That thing was heating up my room real fucking quick. I was only getting like 25 frames per second. Like, that game is heavy if you just run it, everything super raw, right? Running that shit raw. But really it's super unnecessary because the upscaler DLSS is, especially 4.5 that recently came out, it's really freaking impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Really freaking impressive. I ended up just leaving it at 2 times frame generation on quality for DLSS, and it looked as good, if not better, than DLAA, for the fact that I had a decent frame rate. So it was really nice. Outside of that, I don't really think I've been playing too much. I guess we've been playing some Division 2 the last couple nights.
Have you
It
played
Mm.
Cyberpunk max settings when on
I have. I
in
have it's
5090?
great, but like I don't know. So many people did benchmarks with that game that it made me not excited to boot it up. If I'm being honest, because I'm just like, okay, I have a good idea what's going to happen. Let me put on something else that I haven't beat the hell out of. Right.
All right,
So,
all right, that's
but
fair.
yeah, it's been a fun time. But as of lately, most recently, yesterday, Division 2, me, Matt, and Bill were playing that. We're playing the Battle of Brooklyn DLC. I'm not sure if it's still available. Matt can maybe tell you, but
Until the 12th.
it's until the 12th.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
so
sale.
you got 4 more days if you guys are interested in Division 2 to get it for $9. If you get it for $9, I believe it's on Steam or on the Ubisoft app. Um, you get all the DLCs for $9,
Yep.
which is pretty nice, and the game looks great.
Oh, looks
Yeah,
amazing.
Legendary Yobi, welcome in. Says, yo, what up, though, Loke, man? It's been a hot ass minute. How are you? I'm doing awesome. And it has been a hot ass minute. Hopefully, I'm back for good. Although the rain and the thunderstorm outside tried to sabotage me tonight or this morning, but I was like, you know what? Whatever happens is going to happen. I need this show really badly. Like this is good for my therapy, right? So this is good for me too. So I was
It's a
like, fuck
wet
it,
day
fuck
out
it.
in the Lone Star State.
Yeah, they are getting storms out there.
Okay, you know what?
Raining.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Xbox confirms its next console will run PC games and is codenamed Project Helix. On Thursday, Microsoft's gaming division shared a short teaser video on social media revealing Project Helix logo in a separate message. New gaming CEO Asha Sharma said she would be meeting with developers to discuss the new console at GDC next week. Quote, great start to the morning with Team Xbox, where we talked about our commitment to the return of Xbox, including Project AI. My bad. I keep making mistakes here, guys.
You don't.
Including Project, including Project Helix, the code name for the next generation console. She wrote. Project Helix will lead in performance and play your Xbox and PC games. Looking forward to chatting about this more with partners and studios at my first GDC next week. It's the first time Microsoft has explicitly confirmed that its next console will be a hybrid PC device, though it's been expected for some time. All right, so Matt, what do you think
Yeah.
about Microsoft's AI? Sorry, Microsoft's next console.
I mean, it sounds cool. I don't know what else because like we haven't seen anything about it. Like we just know what it's gonna do, and
Yeah.
we've already been talking about that for like
Like 2 years.
ever.
Yep.
So like we've kind of already talked about how cool that would be. I don't really know what else to say until we see more about it because like as cool as I think that is, if they're gonna come out with that anytime soon, that price is going to be. I mean, that price is going to be dumb anyway. But if they come out with it anytime soon, that price is going to be extra dumb. And as cool as it sounds, it's going to be hard for me to get excited about that when they, when they show that price off. I got a feeling. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So this one's for you and for Ham, but I'll go to Ham for now, and then you can come in later.
mm-hmm.
Ham, price wise, I was talking to some people, and like I have a decent PC. Again, thank you very much, Matt. I have a decent PC right now. I'm probably going to need to upgrade some part or component of it by 2028. Personally, I think I'd rather just upgrade the whole machine. And if by 2028 the next Xbox PC is like mid to upper tier PC and it costs south of $2,000. Personally, I'm kind of down with it. I'm interested. What are your thoughts on pricing moving forward for this thing? Even though we don't have any concrete information. Just spitballing.
Pricing wise,
Yeah.
man, I mean, with everything the way that it is, that's pretty tough. But before I answer, I just wanted to say, welcome to the show, Plume.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good to have
Happy
you
to be
here.
here.
Thanks for
Welcome,
finding
welcome,
some
welcome.
time in your real life to come kick it with us over at TSWS. We appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, no problem. Especially today after losing an hour last night. Just threw off my entire day.
Bro, why are you bringing that back up? I
Same.
just got to
We-
saying.
We need to get rid of this
Trigger warning.
daylight saving stuff. It's so annoying.
Trigger
It is
warning.
annoying, dude. It messed my
Terrible.
whole morning up. I was late to work. It was just terrible. But back to what you were saying, Lo. I think this thing, man, I'm gonna say $9.99 right now, bro. Like, it's uncomfortable. I don't
Really?
like it, but at the same time, they've already said this to expect it to be more expensive. And they never came back and said redact. So if it's gonna be
Retract.
more expensive, I think it's gonna be about the same price, if not even $100 more than the Xbox ROG Ally handheld. Right, that thing's $1,000 right now. I could see this being either 1,000 or 1,100, just so they have a little bit more. But I don't know.
All right. Yeah, but what would you be comfortable with? Is the question. $9.99?
Yeah, $9.99 is my answer.
All right. All right. All right. Plume, how you doing? What you been playing? Besides daylight saving, don't bring up daylight saving.
Yeah, okay. I won't trigger it anymore. No, I've been good. Been good. Just been hanging out. There's so much news happening right now, so there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I've been playing some smaller stuff. Like I jumped into Towerborn, the full release, and I've just like lost like I don't know 20 hours into that game. Really enjoying it. It's like a side-scrolling RPG action beat 'em up style game, so really fun, and the art style is awesome in it, and the gameplay is actually very, very solid. But I feel like nobody's gonna play that game, which is unfortunate. I think it should get some more attention. And what else have I played? I started Planet of Lana 2 the other day. I just dropped in the Game Pass because I really loved the first one, and I'm basically now just waiting for Crimson Desert to drop. I want to play a Resident Evil 9, but I'm gonna wait a bit because I want to play Crimson Desert, so that's gonna be my next big AAA game I'm gonna jump into.
When's that coming out again?
Next
19.
week. Yeah,
Oh man, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be really tough.
and the map's like insanely huge, so you know you're gonna be spending tons of time in that.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna extend the question to you, Plume. What are your thoughts on Project Helix, even though we barely know anything about it? And also, what's the roof in terms of how much you're willing to pay, if you're even willing to pay for Project Helix when it comes out?
The roof. It's a hard question. It's a hard question. It depends on exactly what that offers, right? Like what exactly is everything that this thing is going to give us. Because like you take a look at it, everything that we know about it is basically right now just the rumors and stuff. But it seems like that's where they're going with you're getting your obviously your access to everything, right? Your PC, your Xbox side of things. I think like I would probably pay I'd probably pay $1,000 for it. Maybe I know it's going to be more because I live in Canada, so it's going to be like $1,200 minimum. Yeah, I mean, I'll just start saving for. I'll probably pay whatever, to be honest, unless it's like $2,000. Then I probably won't. But
Exactly.
like I'll probably end up paying whatever because like you have to think about it, right? Like how expensive is our PCs right now? Pre-builts too. Everything's going up in price. And I feel like if this thing has like its own console optimization and stuff, and you're getting like great performance out of games dropping into the Xbox side, plus you're getting all your PC stuff, it's very, very enticing comparatively to just buying like spending like $2,000 on a pre-built PC or 1,500 on a pre-built PC or something. I'd much rather just get the Xbox. So I'm gonna have all my console stuff on there. So
There you
yeah,
go.
I mean,
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah, and that actually leads into one of the other questions that I had here, but we're gonna get into that later. Matt, Raichi
Yes, sir.
says 1,200 sounds okay, but 1,500 Canadian is his limit. What about you?
It's gonna push that.
I think it all depends on when they release it. Like I was mentioning, because if they release it anytime soon, because like if we're hearing about it right now, it seems like they've got plans for that, like in 2027, 2028. And if that's the case, then I would feel pretty comfortable saying that's going to be over $1,000
Yeah.
US.
Probably. Yeah.
And I mean over 1,000, not 8,000. So what am I comfortable with?
Yeah.
At that point, well, I'm kind of banking on, and we don't know for sure, but I'm kind of banking on and hoping that there's multiple SKUs of this thing, because whatever the lowest one is, just for curiosity, I
You
want to
want the
buy that.
Series S version? You want the Series
I
S
want,
version?
yes, I want whatever is the lowest SKU you can possibly
Oh,
buy.
again with this match.
Just for curiosity, because here's the thing: if you're telling me it's $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 to buy this, I'll just upgrade my computer. I'm not spending that money on a console. Like that's cool, but I'm not spending that money on a console. I'll just upgrade my computer. At that point, so for me, I guess personally, I'd top out at 1,000. Like that's what the max I'm willing to pay for this.
Yeah. Ty has got an interesting one. Says the issue here is people are looking at the device as a console and therefore they're applying console economics to it. If you look at it as a pre-built PC, which is what I think we're all doing here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you look at it as a pre-built PC, you start to realize the device has the potential to dominate the PC pre-built gaming market.
I mean, if it's like actually Windows as opposed to like running an Xbox OS version of Windows, because PCs also can do many other things that an Xbox cannot do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, they're saying it's gonna have both. So
well, if that's the case, then okay.
Yeah, that's what she
That's
said.
fine.
That's what
That's
she
fine.
said.
I think also like how much are you invested in the Xbox ecosystem plays a huge role. Like if you have 1,000 games or something on Xbox, it's like this will beat buying a PC or even upgrading your PC. But like if you don't have the huge investment, then yeah, probably people will just not care as much picking it up.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
really think I'm fairly excited for this thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just to see what it's all capable of doing. I mean, we already hear, Steam and Xbox being added, and probably, Epic and yada yada. My whole thing with this is I would like them to figure out how to integrate it to a point where I'm getting the achievements in just either everywhere or it at least registers what I did for the Xbox app. So like let's say I'm playing what we've been playing, the Division 2 on my new series console. Well, am I picking which starting point I'm going with? My Xbox one that has a few hundred hours, maybe no, not a few hundred hours, more than a few hundred hours, has a lot of time put in, or am I putting in the Ubisoft version that I literally just started? Which one are they going to be able to pull from? Is it going to be pulling from both? Are they just going to put it together? If they put it together, that'd be nice, and I can just choose which save that I want to keep, which I'd choose my old one, of course. But that's another thing that I really hope that they get figured out, because that's going to be another thing for like EA, right? So if I can pull up the EA launcher, it would suck to have, my college football in one spot in one thing and called in. So like, for instance, right here on college football, you can get your team, and Plume knows this, you can get your character good enough to where he can go to the NFL. Right? And have them transfer over to Madden. Well, if I'm able to get which version are you putting onto this Xbox app, right? Because is it going to recognize that I have my character that I'm transferring, or is it going to try to give me the PC version, which then there is no college football for the PC? So then there is no character to be able to transfer, right? So there are some small, minute things that I'm personally worried about with it that can definitely change everything. Because one thing that I really didn't like, and I don't know if you remember this, Matt, but I remember when I got my Steam Deck and I beat Horizon Forbidden West, right? And I decided, I'm going to go on ahead and install the PlayStation app on my handheld. So then I booted it up off of the PlayStation Now app or whatever, because that's streaming, and it gave me the PS4 version of the game, so I had to restart all over again. And I was just
no.
Yo, why?
That's terrible.
Why is it that it knows my account, but it doesn't? And I understand that's kind of like that whole smart delivery thing and stuff like that. But now we're looking at that same thing, but with Xbox integration for PC. So is it going to be smart enough to realize, hey, I already played this game and I have so many hours from Ubisoft or whatever, or am I just going to have to keep that over there and it's going to be constantly segmented? Because if it's constantly segmented, then I'm not sure what Xbox's benefit is for it, really.
What your benefit
to have all these other platforms on it. Like, I think it's cool that it has it, but if we want everything to be integrated, I'd like to see, when I pull up Division 2 or whatever that other game is, not Breakpoint, but Wildlands and stuff like that. I want to be able to get the best version, but I don't want to be tied to one thing, one specific. And it's the same thing with BattleNet, right? Xbox has their own separate launchers because they made these purchases, BattleNet, and the stuff with Bethesda and all. Yo, are we gonna get all that in one spot, or is that gonna be still super duper segmented all over the place? Because even some of that stuff, like our Skyrims and stuff like that, we can't play the Xbox version of it. We have to play either the PC or the Xbox version.
Yeah, they're gonna have to work with the other stores, I feel like, to make sure that's integrated. Because I think right now Steam and Epic Games are on board, and all of those games are going to transfer over seamlessly. But they're going to have to work with everybody else if they want to get in on this. But the thing is, they own Windows, right? And all these platforms benefit from their games being on Windows. So why would they not want their games on this next Xbox as well to work seamlessly, even on the Xbox side of things? They're all just going to be making money, so they're just going to have to work with these stores to make it seamless. I don't know. That's going to be hard for sure, though, for some people. But to be honest, getting your Steam and your Epic and everything, and then actually accessing those on the Xbox side of the console, that's going to be pretty cool to see if they're able to do that. Or they're going to, because if you just have to go back into Windows to play those games, right? That'll be tough. But I guess they may have full screen experience and then console experience, where you can switch between. I don't know. Well, it's going to be super interesting to see how they all integrate into this thing.
Yeah, I hope it works better than it does on that ROG Ally right now.
Yo,
they got to bring console games to that too.
Facts.
Yeah. Yep. C4 Skills, welcome in. Ham. Smart delivery will come through for us. Smart delivery works on console, brother. When you bring in PC and the whole,
it works on PC too.
It gets it. Yeah, but the thing is, with the other stores, like you mentioned, Ham, it gets a bit tricky.
Right, and that's where I'm nervous.
If we're talking just Xbox, it'll work just fine. The problem is when you're starting to integrate everything else. Like how, for example, like you said, Ham, not to belabor the point, but just another good example. I've beaten a couple of the WRC games on Xbox. I've beaten almost all of them on Steam. How do those two saves mesh on the next console?
That's what I just got done talking about.
Is there a game? Is there a game on Steam that does that right now? I think there is, right?
Indiana Jones, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
has,
one. Yeah,
has your
Really
Xbox save on Steam.
yeah. So there is some.
interesting. So it
There is
just
a way that
pops.
it can be done. It's just
Mm-hmm.
So it just pops. Like if you've beaten
Yeah.
the achievement on Xbox, when
Well,
you install Steam, it just shows as you've already got those achievements.
I don't know about your achievements, but it has your save. Any
Cyberpunk
progress
does
you've
that
made.
too. You can move your save anywhere.
Assassin's Creed does it too from the Ubisoft store on PC. And then you load up on Xbox and your achievements pop.
Grand Theft Auto is disrespectful with it. They only let you switch like one time, and then they're like, "You're cooked."
Yeah, they're trying to make sure you. They're trying to make sure you buy the game 5 times.
Pretty much.
They're
And
trying to
also
make
it's the
sure you
biggest
make a
game.
character 5 times.
And they're trying to protect that shark card economy, right?
I guess.
So
I'm tired of the
now
disrespect,
games,
Rockstar. Y'all need to stop. They're
yeah,
not
they
gonna,
need to
but they
stop,
need
man.
to.
They need to stop. What the fuck?
See, that makes me think of a question. If GTA plays on Project Helix, which it should, would you guys just wait, or would you just buy a PS5 or play it on your Series X? I guess it'll be backwards compatible when it drops too.
Yeah, I'll be playing it on like whatever console I have at that moment.
I'm playing. I'm only playing on PC. I don't care. I don't care about GTA 5. I don't care about the next Ghost of whatever. I don't care about nothing, dude. I'm only playing on PC. To hell with all the consoles. For now, at least. Maybe in 5 years I'll change my mind. But for now, I don't care.
Yeah. We'll be waiting a bit.
Listen, the good thing, Plume, the backlog is undefeated.
Yeah.
Like as we speak, I have an Excel sheet with about 222 or 223 games that I still need to cross out right now. And every month that it keeps going, do you know what happens? That list just keeps getting updated. So it's fine.
I feel
It's
that.
not a problem. It's not a problem. And we're gonna get into that when we start talking about PlayStation. But still on Helix. Still on Helix.
Yeah, I got something to ask about PlayStation here in a little bit when we get to that topic. I mean, I would have never known we were going to talk about that, but I'm very excited to get into that as well here in a little bit. But yeah, look, please continue with the next question.
All right, if Helix succeeds, this is a big if. Big if. If Helix succeeds, could this mark the end of the traditional console like in the market? Like, do you think Nintendo's gonna pivot, PlayStation's gonna pivot?
No, Nintendo definitely won't pivot. PlayStation. I mean, I guess we'll talk about that later when we get to PlayStation. But PlayStation's got their own set of problems that they seem to be kind of focused on at the moment. So probably not for them either. I think, I think Helix will. I guess we'll find out by the way they price it. But I don't like. I can't imagine they're expecting like, hey, we're gonna ship this and it's gonna sell like 50, 60 million. Like I can't imagine that's the numbers they're expecting. I think there's a market for it, and I think they have a chance to grow their audience because it's also a PC as well, which means that like it essentially can play all those PC games, which entices a lot of people who might not have been enticed to buy an Xbox before. So I think it does grow their market, but I don't think it does it like crazy exponentially or nothing.
So what does success look like? That was kind of like a trap question.
More
But what
consoles
does
than
success look like?
more consoles than you've sold this generation.
So more than what, 30 million? How many did they sell
I
this
have
year?
no idea, but it's not a lot.
They don't tell us.
It's whatever
Yeah,
it is. It's
estimates
not
are
a
like
lot.
30 to 40 probably.
Yeah. So more than that would be honestly miraculous,
Well,
quite frankly, with all the things they've done to their reputation, as much as I love Xbox, and I do, but like with all things they've done to their reputation the last 2 years, I think outside of the games, because the games are great, which is so funny to say outside of the games when we're talking about game, but whatever. It's just like
And this is the Xbox guy, people. For anyone that does not know,
fucking
Matt is the
love
Xbox guy.
Xbox. I love Xbox, but like, they've had a rough couple years, and with all that brand damage, if they were to come back and outsell what they have now, that would be miraculous. Honestly, that'd be a really big feat.
Unfortunately, I
and
think
they'd
that's
probably be very pleased about that.
I feel like that's impossible at the price that they're going to sell it at, though. So I don't know if that's I don't know if that's their goal to sell more than what they had last gen. But like at that price, like $1,000, I don't see any way they will.
Yeah.
No, but
I agree with that.
I don't know.
I think it'll do. I think it'll do better than people expect it to do at a high price, because as a person like myself that works at an electronics store, there are a lot of people that want to shop once. And what I mean by that is they want to get the best that they can and be done.
Yes.
And yeah, so I think it could sell. Will it sell fast like a Switch or a base PS5 at like 550 or whatever that is now? Probably not, because it's just it's just like the Series S, right? The Series S outsold the Series X because it was just more welcoming, right? It was more easy to get to. But as for but we've seen it ourselves when the handheld Xbox came out, that thing sold out immediately. The only reason I feel like it's kind of stagnated at all is because it's not quite really as much of an Xbox as people wanted it to be. It's still kind of a PC-based piece of hardware compared to something that you're literally just telling, hey, just take this home, plug it into your TV, just like you did with the other Xboxes. I feel like that would be a little bit more comfortable. And then on top of it saying, hey, this will play not only your Xbox games, but also open up other libraries for you. And I had a buddy at work that I told him that about, and he was just like, I've been really nervous about getting into PC gaming, but if Xbox can get me into it and I can still play all my Xbox games, then that's just an easy way for me to get into PC without having to build one or have one. So I think what Tae was saying about like the lowest common denominator or the easiest entry without sacrificing your console life with Xbox and having all those games that you've had previously, this could be a big deal for a lot of people. I'm not saying it is going to be for everybody, but I'm saying that this is like an entry into something that a lot of people have been nervous to get into.
Yeah, that's true.
And no offense, no offense to the ROG LIX, but it kind of didn't feel like the final product. You know what I mean? It kind of felt like a test pilot, and people don't really sign up for stuff like that. Like the Project Helix or the PS5, those feel like finished products. You know, like this is the thing. Go and get the thing. The ROG LIX kind of felt like this is the thing before the thing. You know what I mean? This is Mark Jackson. It's not Steve
still
Cobb.
updating it. Yeah, it's still like lots of features.
But you're right. You're absolutely right, because they dished out the hardware before the software was ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? They're still like they basically sold you or sold people a beta product and said, hey, this full experience will be ready later. And it'll be available everywhere later.
No, pay us for it.
But it's not available now. But if you want these raw specs, you can have that now. And that's one of the things that kind of kept me on the fence about it. And the other thing that kept me on the fence about it, which I don't see changing anytime soon, but they are making big strides on is the play anywhere part, right? Like Crimson Desert's
great, yeah.
going to be play anywhere, right? So anybody that has one of those ROG Ally X's, they're going to be playing Crimson Desert on it. And they're going to be recording it and showing it off on Twitter and YouTube and all these different like it's probably going to run pretty well on there, considering they had it running on a freaking like a MacBook or an iPad or something like that, right? Like they had it running on like an M1 chip, and I think if it can run on an M1 chip, then it'll run just fine on an ROG Ally.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
So that's pretty cool, but yeah. To your point, Loke, yes, it's a really cool device, but you bought into beta. You didn't really buy into a completely refined product, right? Like that's one of the things where you would say PlayStation would never do that because they literally wouldn't, right?
Hell
Because
yeah.
they don't release nothing beta.
Yes.
They don't release nothing in beta because they look at that as shameful, right? Where it's Microsoft
pushing
looks
the
at it
brand.
the opposite way. Microsoft says, "Hey, jump into this boat with us. I'm not sure where it's really going, but we're gonna do some pretty cool shit."
Pay us
Right?
full price.
And a lot of times they do some cool shit. Like the ROG Ally X is dope. It does a lot of really cool shit.
Hey, they even
But
have the
it's
game
all
preview
the
stuff
shit
on
that-
Xbox.
But all the shit that it
Yeah.
said that it was gonna have
that's
at the
true.
beginning, is it really gonna have that by the end? Because we had that same situation with the Xbox One, right? One of my most favorite features got taken away from me, and that was the snap feature.
Snap, yeah.
That was one of my favorite features of all time, and it got taken away from me because they later found out it wasn't a good idea because it was messing up people's Xboxes.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
So it was just like I like Xbox. I like their ambition. I like what they do, the accessibility that they give, but they are very much the Android where they will let you just try shit out on their platform.
Hey,
And
stop.
everybody, I love Android. I have a Samsung
Android's great.
I mean, that's a good thing. I don't use anything Apple.
Android is
I have a
factually
Samsung
better
phone.
than
Just
Apple.
like you can emulate all these games on your Xbox. You can't do that on your PlayStation. Like Xbox, they are like that when it comes to just customization. And it was one of Seamus Blackley's, like, I remember when I interviewed him, that was one of the reasons that they made the original Xbox the way they did. That was one of the most easy moddable consoles of all time, and they did it on purpose. And to me, I'm just like, that is cool, and they kind of kept that a reality every generation, and they're kind of, and I'm feeling that a little bit with this idea that they have, but it's just really expensive, so it's nerve-wracking, right?
So Helix is essentially them going back to their roots.
It is,
which is crazy.
Also, but if we remember Xbox when they first came out, they were always more expensive than PlayStation.
Yep.
They were. Their original Xbox was more expensive than the PlayStation. The only one that wasn't was the 360. The 360 was the
Also,
only
did you guys
console that wasn't more expensive. Go ahead, Bloom.
Did you guys see that? Like, this has been in the works for over 10 years. This whole Project Helix thing.
Hold on, Ham. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead, Plum. Go ahead.
And did you see that article from 2016 where they were talking about this whole integration of Windows and Xbox, and it was called Project Helix? So it's like, this isn't just like a random pivot they're making out of nowhere because the console didn't sell as well as they wanted to. This is where they've been heading to for a decade. To get, just because, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you own Windows, you have the PC gaming market. Like, people always think like Linux is going to compete, but it's like, the reality is like 98% of people play games on Windows, right? So they have the ability to literally own both markets if they want to. This is like what they're trying to do here.
Stop laughing, man.
That's why it's like the whole console sale thing is like, even if it doesn't sell well, I don't even know if, like, let's say it sells like 20 million, right? I think their end goal is to just get as many PC gamers
Yes.
integrated into the Xbox ecosystem more so than anything. Because like you're hearing about the Magnus chip, they're going to put that into so many devices. You're probably going to get your console games on your PC, even if you don't buy Helix going forward and stuff. They're finding ways to do all that. So I don't know. It seems like
All right,
opening this
let's
up is going to
address
be interesting.
Yeah.
let's address the chat real quick. C4 Skills says negative Xbox news sells sadly. Gaming news like IGN and others helped push the hate Xbox this generation. C4 Skills, I'm not saying this because I just want to protect IGN. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm going to bring up an example.
Oh, yeah.
You can't protect
I'm going to
IGN.
bring up an example. God damn it. Would y'all let me finish? I'm going to bring up an example. High God. Okay?
Oh my
A
god.
ton of people, a
Yeah.
ton of people got access to High God. A ton of people took a fat dump on High
Yeah.
God. There was no narrative
Yeah.
that you could point and say because of haters, High God failed. No, that's not what happened. Same thing with Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Xbox, it's a ton of people that got
High guard
access.
just
It's a
stunk.
ton of people. It's a ton of people that said no, thank you. C4 Skills. There was no agenda. I'm sorry.
Can I bring up an example of IGN stinking?
God damn it, leave IGN alone. It's called Classic
Forza
K.
Horizon 6. Watch that Forza Horizon 6 gameplay. That stuff is garbage. I don't know who played that, but it was terrible. And the game
Would you
looks
leave
great,
IGN
but
alone?
it's they don't know how to play a game at IGN. I don't know how they keep getting away with it. But continue up. Continue.
Car Classic Cage says I'm literally a dumbass who plays PC games. Me too. I put a PC together for the first time in my life this year, and it works. People need to just jump in the deep end of the pool, uh, off rip, and stop crying that water is cold. It's a ton of bitches. It's a ton of bitches. Car Classic Cage. A lot of big AAA games are gonna play anywhere. Car Classic Cage, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says people are going to spend way too much money on PC-like devices that will have permanent detrimental training wheels on them. Just buy a real bike. Panel, please react. Ham, your camera just went off.
Oh yeah, I gotta plug it in.
All right. Plume, what are your thoughts on Car Classic Cage's super chat? This is very interesting. Just buy a real bike.
I mean, there's tons of people who just like console gaming, and it is plug and play. Like I have a PC, and I think like PC gaming now is far easier than it was. Like there's a lot of things that don't go nearly as wrong as they used to. It's pretty much plug and play at this point. But there's still like the drivers and the shaders and all the annoying shit when you're loading up games, right? But I don't know. It's just the experience too of where you play, because like myself, I'm probably in the minority. I finally upgraded my PC. I had 2080 forever. I got a 9070 XT, and then I connected it to my TV, and I'm trying to use full screen experience, and I'm like, okay, this is working out. But then there's still like one day I turn it on, it's working flawlessly. Like the input to log into the PC with my controllers working, everything. And then the next week there's an issue and I can't, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And now it's saying like, oh, the full screen experience isn't recognizing your TV as a touchscreen. So now it's not recognizing like the controller input to log in. It's a lot of annoying things like that happen on PC that's just not there with console. And I totally understand why people they're a little bit adverse to just jumping in and buying a PC or building a PC, also because it costs so much. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's still a huge space for console gaming that is going to be there forever. Just people want to plug and play, man. They get home from work, they want to put their feet up. They don't want to deal with any issues. They just want to turn the console on and start gaming.
I respectfully disagree, brother, because I also had a very busy schedule last year, this year as well. And I don't know, brother. I also like everything that you're saying. I also had that vision of PC gaming, but that hasn't been my reality. Literally, I just get home, press the power button, click on the game. If there's shaders or whatever, what is it? 5 minutes? 2 minutes? I'm getting my drink, I'm getting my snack. By the time I come back, the main menu's on, and it's like, we're
That you
going.
play? Are you playing on a couch or are you playing on a mouse key, like in front of a monitor though and stuff?
Monitor.
Yeah, I feel like there's people that just want to sit back on the couch too, right? That's
True.
deterrent to them as
True.
well.
True. And that's also a point about the Project Helix. Like, how are they going to integrate and figure that part out? So, if someone just wants to have it be a literal console in front of the TV and he just presses the button on the controller, the thing turns on and it just goes in. That's
Yeah,
going to be very interesting to see how they pull that off. Matt, what are
yeah.
your thoughts on just buy a real bike?
Uh, I mean, I think like I get the sentiment, but also I think at this point, everything it's kind of easier said than done at this point, where buying a real bike can cost you upwards of $3,000, depending on what kind of bike you would like. Um,
Oh shit!
and
You said that shit is a top of the line Schwinn. I can't
should
get that.
buying a real bike is like the price of a late '90s, early 2000s used vehicle. It's like, you know,
It's like
uh, it's
vehicle.
it's
Let's
like
get the tricycle. Let's get the
it's
tricycle.
tough. It's like that's the sentiment. I get it, but
Let's
it's
get a fucking
also,
bus pass. I'm cloud gaming.
dude. I'm sorry. Give me some transit passes. Get me something because I can't afford it. But like I kind of also agree with Plume. There's people who just want to play like they really just want whatever they have to be a console, the most simple thing possible. And also, where Cole Classic Cage was saying, like, it has gotten better. Like it's pretty plug and play for the most part, but like I mean, just this last week, talking about playing Division 2, like I bought it on Steam for super cheap and literally couldn't play. It just wouldn't boot up. And I looked it up online. I like tried to troubleshoot it. There's no video I watched online out of like 30 videos, at least 30, could give me an answer as to why it was happening. So I refunded it, bought it on Ubisoft, and their launcher's dog shit, as everyone knows. But I bought it on Ubisoft and it just worked. So it's like there's things like if I didn't do that, I would have just refunded Division and not played it. So it's like there's things that can go wrong on PC that are just don't make any sense or happen for no rhyme or reason. Also, Plume
Like
mentioned
me and
like
Forza.
yes, like Plume mentioned logging in to your account on a PC with like a controller. Sometimes it works really well.
Yeah.
Other times it just doesn't register that like it'll show you the buttons, it'll show you the prompts, but they don't
Yeah.
register.
I'm losing my
So
mind this week, man, for this. Oh, it's killing me.
like I mean, granted, I would imagine by the time we get to whatever this console is going to be, that'll be something that Microsoft has figured out. And Microsoft obviously owns Windows. So when this thing launches, I would imagine the ease of access of gaming on Windows will be hopefully in line with what this console is.
Yeah.
So we'll see when it comes out. But at this point, it's like prices being what they are, I honestly can't tell anybody to like, yo, just get a PC. I really can't. I sound like a douche saying that to somebody right now.
Also, I don't know if you guys are like me, but when I go turn on my PC to game, I spend so much wasted time tinkering with the games.
I do.
Going like no, like 30 minutes at least before I start playing. I'm in the settings,
I
just
do.
changing everything. It's just like I waste so much time doing that. It's only because I just want to see like what it looks like at this setting, what it looks like at this setting. So I feel like that. I mean, that's my choice, but it is another thing where it's like to me that kind of doesn't support the just play the game
I'm
side.
wondering if it's going to be that convoluted at all on the new one, or if it's going to be like, hey, you gotta go to the Windows experience, and then that turns it into a PC. Then you're playing PC games, and you have to level them out. Like I'm wondering if it's going to be like everything has like an Xbox setting. You know how like Steam Deck settings,
Yeah.
Yep.
right? I wonder
Yeah.
if it's gonna be like that or if it's gonna be more of your choice. I know sometimes Xbox likes to give you sometimes too many choices, and I'm not sure if that's gonna be attractive to somebody that just wants a super simple experience. I'd anticipate seeing that they're kind of going rah over this whole console. It starts with the console. It's all about the console. Like if she said anything, and Loke, I know you love to joke about AI this and AI that, right? But like the fact of the matter that they're saying console this loud, I haven't heard them talk about console this much at all in the past like 4 years, like 3-4 years. And like they are like, because before they were just chanting PC, more ways to play, cloud gaming, and then now they're like, oh shit, we forgot console, and they're saying that extremely boldly.
Yeah.
So I really do think this is going to be simple. I just don't know if any of the other launchers, seeing that they're trying to group it together, I'm not sure if that's going to be simple, right? Matt, you know how we had our Steam Decks, right? How we had
Yes, sir.
2 operating systems on it.
Yep.
I'm wondering if it's going to feel like that, or just like the Steam Deck when you go to windowed mode, like Windows mode or whatever, right? PC mode or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then personally, I go I might be a piece of shit, but like but like I go to that like almost every time because that's where all my emulators and stuff are, right? So it's easy for me to get around and find stuff and just click, and then I'm there. Compared to using, I don't know why I don't use the big picture mode that much, but I just don't have a lot of stuff regulated to that.
Yeah.
If they were to do the regulating for me on Xbox, that price tag that we've been talking about sounds just fine. If they can regulate all of that, because right now it's just like whenever I add stuff to certain things, especially like my Steam Deck, it just feels like I have to do all of the hard work to do it. And it's just like, man, I thought this was supposed to be easy. God dang it. So like it's just like, but that's kind of the way I built around it. But you know what I'm saying? I hope Xbox does do something like that. Since they're advertising it, please do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Xbox has always executed so well in the past. JD Gamer, you are off your rocker talking about Xbox can sell 100 million plus of
100 million plus what?
Consoles.
Controllers.
Yeah, they can easily sell 100 million controllers, like the default.
I'm sure they're way
controller.
past that at this point.
Yeah.
JD Gamer. Sorry,
I don't
brother.
know.
I'm sorry. You need
That's
to relax.
I'm hoping that was sarcasm.
No, no. It
It's a lot
sounds
of
like you meant it.
consoles. It's a
It
lot
sounds
of
like.
consoles.
Hold up. Let me pull him up. Let me pull him up just so you guys can see. Because this sounds like he's serious. He or she, they. We need to all stop with the Xbox will only sell 10 to 20 million units next gen. They can sell 100 million plus, and it's not that hard for them to do it. It's not. They've never
I mean,
done
it
it,
wouldn't
right?
be if everybody
They've never
had that
done
kind
it.
of fucking
Yeah, they've never done
money.
it.
But it's
So-
not
it'd
that
be pretty
hard for
cool.
them to do it.
Are we talking consoles or Windows keys?
We just got
Because they can sell 100 million Windows keys,
Hey,
but they
if we
can't.
God.
maybe if
Matt
you
Blue's
include
just like
the
a boss. We
OEM
just sold-
consoles,
we just
the
sold
ROG
50 million
Ally.
in Mombasa.
Yeah,
Where are people
JD.
getting this money?
I don't know, man. That's a lot. That's a lot of consoles. I think we're closer to 10 to 20 million than we are to 100 million. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be cool if they sold 100 million, but
That'd be
golly, I'd be
amazing.
like, man, I
That'd be
would think
incredible.
the economy is hitting. If everybody is getting this at $1,000, the economy is on the rise. Like
I don't know.
We're
That shit
booming.
is. It'll
We're
be harder than
booming.
Mandingo if
Hey,
it's selling like that.
I like his
Goddamn.
optimism though. I'm not gonna lie. I respect that.
Dude,
Respect
See,
that sounds like
Microsoft
delusion.
might transform if they get that much money.
Fudge.
$1,000 100 million times. That's nuts.
They'd be making the dumbest money ever. Oh man,
Bro, I don't know, man.
Microsoft wouldn't know what the fuck to
Dude,
do.
PlayStation would just shut the door. They'd be like, all right, we're done.
They're not even taking a loss on this console, so 100 million would be like, holy shit, they'd be on top of the world.
They might just start up an entire other company with that money. Why not?
Yeah.
Sadia's getting a promotion somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah. Welcome in, Big Madmo says hashtag in Asha I trust. Oh my lord. Here's another Xbox. Here's another Xbox fan. TSWS Gaming to Zenimax filed a new trademark for Quake. I tagged you in it, Ham. Oh, all right.
He did.
All
I
right.
see it right here.
Fuzzy's got a good one. They can easily do it. They just need to buy PlayStation. You know what? Yeah. That'll do it. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. Guys, before we close out on the Helix subject, let's go from one extreme to the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the one feature that would instantly kill Project Helix for you? And also, what's the one feature that would like completely cinch it and be like, yeah, I'm getting the Helix? Max,
You just
go ahead.
want us just to go, or do you?
Yeah.
Something?
Yeah.
Snap.
Don't
Yeah.
go to me.
If
Don't
they
go to
brought
me
back the
first.
snap feature, I'd be jumping. I don't really pre-order much, but I would be looking to pre-order.
You would do it. Wow.
I would be looking to pre-order just because of that. Like, I really liked that feature, and to be able to have such easy control to bounce back and forth, and how much I can do things now based off of from phone.
Mm-hmm.
I think if there was a way to integrate that or just make it like that again, which I don't think they're doing or going this direction at all, because they are very gung-ho on gaming right now, so I'm not sure how much they're going to be thinking about any of that other stuff. But like, I would love to see that come back 100%. I'd be on board with that for sure. That'd be crazy.
All right, snap feature, but okay, that's on the extreme end of positivity, Ham. What's the one thing that would make you be like, I'm out?
The one thing that would make me be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if that thing is like $1,500, I might be out, because I'm just like, I don't know what that like usually I'm like there day one for it, but for $1,500 you need to prove something to me. You need to
do
prove
something.
something real good to me. Like that, I don't know. $1,500, that's crazy.
Too much.
That's crazy. That's literally 3 times the price of when I bought the Series X. Like that's nuts. That's insane. I'm sorry. Like I understand RAM is crazy and GPUs are wild, and
Yeah, but Microsoft has all the RAM.
SSDs are insane, but it's like it's insane because of you. So
They own it. They can subsidize it.
exactly, it's insane because of you. So with that being said, don't do that. like please don't do that.
Dude, I could. You saying that just gave me like an idea. I wanted to check something, and I could sell the RAM in my computer and buy 2.5 PS5s.
Wow. For
Like
RAM.
That's
for
crazy.
the RAM in my computer.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Like, I
You make
mean,
yourself sound so rich, but it wasn't that long ago that wasn't very expensive.
dude, I bought that RAM for less than half the price of a PS5 digital. I could sell it and buy 2 PS5s. Like, I mean, that's insane.
Sounds like we're talking about stocks here. Like, yeah, we bought this, but now it's time to sell. Sell, 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 sell.
Hey, technically, all of our Xboxes and PlayStations went up in price too. So
Yeah, I know. Like I've
That is
Exactly.
never
nuts.
bought a console and had it appreciate. I've
Yeah.
never had that happen. Unless it was like deemed a retro console, right? I've never had a console within the same generation
Yeah.
appreciate in price and then have people be like, "Yo, you got one of those? How much you sell it for?" And like, yo,
I just got this. I just got it.
like I'm not trying to
It's
get brain mogged for my fucking PlayStation 5.
Ooh, this one's a curious one, Rachie. I will
I'm
bring it up.
Xbox
I will bring it
maxing
up
over
before.
here though, for real.
Max.
Oh my goodness. I will. Really, Matt? Really?
Loke can't handle because he's getting frame mogged. Loke can't handle it.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Let's refocus. Plume.
Yeah,
What?
please.
Jeez, bro. Jeez. Plume. What's the thing that Xbox could announce about Project Helix that would definitely get you on board?
honestly, like I'm just gonna be generic here, but I think honestly, like if they can just make this thing reasonable price, like if they can get under $1,000, or even go crazier and not try to like, because we're hearing the rumors or sell, they don't want to take a loss on the units. If they take a loss because they can, because
Yeah.
they're $1 trillion corporation, then it'll be such an easy decision. Like if they sold this thing at $8.99, it would be a very, very easy decision to make, right? So if they could subsidize and give us a more console like price, I'd be in right away, regardless. But like if
It's kind of nuts. $8.99 is a console-like price. That is nuts.
well, in today's day and age, I mean, like you look at the PS5 Pro,
Yeah.
it's $750, right? So
Yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just
yeah,
pointing out how crazy the prices
I
have
agree.
gotten. That's
It's
all.
nuts.
It is crazy. All right. So on the other end of the spectrum, and don't use pricing as well.
Yeah,
What
I was
would
gonna
make
say
you
that's.
immediate? What would make you jump off the
Um,
Xbox boat?
if they mess around with a Game Pass and stuff, like if they take day one games out, I don't like we're hearing rumors that they're trying to revamp it and stuff. I use Game Pass so much that I want the play anywhere. I want the day one games. Like I don't want any of that stuff being taken away. That'll be like kind of annoying if they do end up like we're taking some of the stuff out of Ultimate. Then I'll be like, well, do I need everything? Do I need to, or I'll just go wherever the cheapest games are and stuff.
Yeah, especially with the shift to PC. I can see that. That's a very good point. All right. So Matt, what would seal Project Helix for you?
In a negative way or in a positive way?
No,
Starting
in a
with-
positive way. In a positive way.
I mean, it would have, like, I know you said don't say it, but it would have to be the price. It would have to be, because like I don't like, I'm already a part of the Xbox ecosystem, so like anything related to that, I'm already sold. It's just a matter of the price.
You're halfway in already.
I'm all the way in.
All right.
I'm buying Crimson Desert, and I'm buying it on Xbox because it's play anyway. If whenever I see a game as Play Anywhere, it's not a question of where I'm gonna buy
Yeah,
it.
me too.
It's no
Yep.
question. So like I'm already there, but like I'm trying to think of like another positive thing they could do. Like literally keep doing what you're doing, but make it better, and it's
Mm-hmm.
priced properly. Like something that people can actually swallow.
Yeah.
I'll be there. That's all you got to do.
All right. All right. And on the other side of the spectrum, what would make you jump off
Uh,
the Xbox ship next gen?
I'm doing everything that I was just talking about, like ramping down Play Anywhere. Uh, stuff like I know Plume mentioned Game Pass, like ramping down Play Anywhere because at this point that's the best part of the Xbox ecosystem.
Yeah.
So if there's any sign of them ramping down on that, that's gonna be a big red flag for me.
All right. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Raichi brings up an important point, and I'm going to open this one to the whole panel. He says, what will the DRM solution for Helix be? I don't want de novo. So this one is kind of messed up because, like, I've noticed a lot of people. Vincent Vega is not here in the chat today, but he's one of the people that gets really amped up about DRM and things like de novo. It's not something that has ever bothered me. It's never stopped me from buying a game, if I'm being honest. But it seems like something that affects a lot of people. What do you guys feel like? I'm opening this up to all of you guys. If you guys don't have an opinion on it, it's fine. But I think it's a curious little tidbit to discuss, considering how many people complain about it.
Isn't de novo done by the game, the publisher or the developer?
Yeah,
Yes,
it is. It is.
yes.
So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do on a console level. I mean, we're already at DRM, right? Like you buy games on PlayStation, you buy games on Xbox. You don't really own them. They're just keys to the store.
Yeah,
So I
but
don't
now
know.
when you talk about PC, the reason people get upset is that the DRM doesn't just affect the game, it affects the entire machine. Sometimes
Okay.
even when you don't have the game opened, as soon as you turn on your PC, it's like kernel level control, spelled with a K. I actually had to go watch a video about DRMs, and yeah, it's a different level when
I
you.
thought it was Colonel Sanders.
You thought it was
Yeah,
Sanders level
dude,
control.
I thought it was like military kernel.
You
I thought
thought
it
it
was
was
military
the
kernel,
herbs,
and it's like,
the
no, no.
herbs and spices.
Oh my god.
Thought they were in your computer.
Oh my God. JD Gamer is bringing out his inner Jeff Keighley, guys. He says,
Uh-oh.
TSWS, don't forget to send me an invite link when Helix Plus OEM sells 61 million units, making it closer to 100.
Wait, he
Oh
just
yeah.
fell off by 40 million. He said it was going to sell.
My guy, my guy, you said 100. The deal
Yeah, I mean,
is
if we're going
100.
down by intervals of 40 each time, then
The
you
fuck?
know
Come
it's not
on.
looking great.
I swear, if they hit 60, I'll remember what he said. If they hit 100, I'll give you $100.
There you go. There you go,
How about
JD.
that?
You know what? If they hit 100, I'll give you $100. Right? That's
There
200.
you go. That's $200
GK.
right there.
That's
But,
$200.
but just remember who I am in fucking 2038 if that
Bro,
if that
that shit's
happens.
not happening.
You're gonna
It's not
need
happening.
Xbox just to be like, you know what? We're just gonna keep updating them shits
Yeah.
for a
Maybe they'll let
decade,
you just upgrade the console.
2 decades.
Hey, what if
Yeah.
they just what if this thing is upgradable and it lasts like 30 years and they eventually hit 100 million?
That would be nuts. No, seriously. If it was upgradable, that's not that crazy. And it's not
Yeah,
the
it's
first
not.
console to ever do that either. That's what Sega did.
Yeah.
Sega made the Sega CD that went with the
Yeah.
Genesis. And then after the Sega CD, they put the 32X on top of the Genesis. So you had 3 consoles plugged into one damn thing. Was it necessary? I'd say yeah, because I thought it was dope. But But like,
Psycho.
but like for the average person, not so much. But if you just make it as ejectable as something like the the um the HHD was from the 360, or something as installable or simple like putting in the SSD for
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
the PS5,
Hmm.
then people, I mean, it goes back to the exact same thing that I said earlier. People want to buy something and just be like, I'm done,
And yeah,
right? And all and if all I
upgrading
have to do
systems
is get
continue.
this little, because remember the Nintendo 64, you popped out that little thing, and because you were playing Donkey Kong 64, and you had to put in that red sucker so you
Yeah,
can
the
get the higher
expansion pack.
res graphics. It was for the it is for like Donkey Kong, a Perfect Dark,
Yeah,
and some of those other and some of those um higher or like faster running games or whatever. I forgot what it was particularly for, but like y'all remember them shits back in the day that
yeah.
we had to do. So like it's not something that we've never done. And it'd be pretty cool if I could keep the same shell and just keep updating it. That'd be pretty dope.
And
I mean,
especially
we already do that with PCs, right? But if they could
exact
make just like a
exactly.
chungus, like a little chungus piece that you just slide out of the sucker and then put in a new one, and it just
Yeah.
updates real quick, and then you're cooking, and then now the game that was, you know, 30 FPS this last generation is now 60 or 120. That'd be
Yeah,
pretty sick.
that would be insane if they could do that. It's like a modular console. You just add it on easy. You don't need to
Yeah.
like open it up and unscrew stuff. It's just basically like pop one piece out, pop the other piece in.
That'd be a simple way for Matt to get the most basic edition, right? And then if he ever felt
Slowly
like
upgrade.
leveling it up, he could, but he wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cost wouldn't be as prohibitive. Again, the cost part is very interesting considering the financial situation everyone is going through. So
Yeah.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Bill, jeez Louise.
Cassie says, honestly,
Oh, what can I say?
anybody who cares about money will just hold on to their Series X until 2030. We can talk about casually spending $1,000, but the mass majority of the world ain't buying into that anytime soon. That is true. That is
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
Especially the PC people, because we've all seen like the posts about like which settings or graphics cards most gamers on Steam have. Most gamers on graphics cards from 2020. Like 90% of gamers are on graphics cards from 2020. So
I just
uh,
upgraded, like I said, from my 2080s. That's a 2018 card like a month ago for my
yeah,
PC.
I also have a 97 XT. Shout out to you.
Nice, nice. 2070 XT
yeah,
Club. Let's
Bill.
go.
Respectfully, Bill. Respectfully. Says- Fuzzy says the colonel would never do that to you. God damn.
Nah,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Which
Colonel's
colonel
a
are
good
we
guy.
talking about? He's a pretty good. He's a pretty good guy. All right, all right. So, all right. To round it off, predictions. Excuse me. Predictions. And again, I'm not holding. I'm not going to hold you guys to this 5, 10 years down the line. But I do want to get your honest opinions on where do you think this is going. Like, is this going to work out for Xbox? Plume, special guest, you can go first. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen here? Do you think Xbox is going to sell 100 million
No.
and be super successful like JD Gamer? Do you think this is going to be like a mid-level success of like 40 million, maybe 50 million units sold? Do you think this is just going to be like a big fat L and like 5 million units are going to sell? What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be like mid-level, but probably less than 40. Probably
Let's
between 20 to 40, or maybe like 15 to. It'll be mid-level at best. in terms of the console sales. But with that being said, I don't think that like that is their end goal with this machine if they're selling it at a very high price point. They somehow
Mhm.
out here subsidizing it, and they surprise everybody because all the rumors are saying it's going to be expensive. But they come out and they're like, "We really care about consoles right now. We're going to subsidize this, and this is going to cost $700-800 or whatever." Then I think it'll do a lot better, and it could be pushing like maybe like the 50-60. But I think their end goal here is just like that transition of getting PC and console into one place. So after this console, whether they make another one or not, it doesn't really matter. Your games are with you, and if you have any device that has Xbox, your console games are there and your PC games are there. And this is kind of like their end goal by the end of this generation to have just more people in that ecosystem and pull more PC gamers into the ecosystem, even though they're already there because they're on Windows. But maybe get more into the Windows
Xbox,
store
right.
or the Xbox store. Yeah. So console
So
sales
you
wise, though, I don't think it's
20,
going to be like an insane success.
just 20 million. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Matt, prediction. Go.
Sales, I probably go 10 to 20. 10, 20.
Tough crowd. Tough
I mean,
crowd.
that's like, I mean, it's you know, like I mentioned, the reputation the last couple of years is going to be tough. I think though, I 10 to 20. I can't imagine they're expecting to sell 30, 40, 50, 60 million of these things. I can't imagine that's the projection. It can't be. If it is, then that's insane. So 10 to 20 seems pretty spot on,
All right.
personally.
All right. All right. Do we have a trifecta of mediocre sales? Ham, what is your prediction for Project Helix right now?
30 to 40.
Okay.
30 to 40 because I think there's going to be a lot of return customers. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are interested in jumping into PC at a lower price and having the option to still keep some sort of familiarity. Um, to me, it really just depends on how they market this thing because they did an atrocious job marketing the Series S and X.
Yeah.
So, like, if they can really step up their game on marketing and give people a reason why they would want this. I mean, I understand the whole Steam and whatnot, but like you need a cool factor to it that sets it aside from what a PC does, right? Like quick resume was cool, right? But another thing that could really make this thing interesting is adopting or transforming, upgrading what the controller is. Making like if you're gonna charge a more pricier thing, make it premium as hell, right? Or make it seem premium as hell, right? I mean, PlayStation does that already. Switch knows how to market itself to seem extremely like Switch is able to say 4K 120, and they have one of their first games out sold at $80, being fucking Mario Kart, man. Like so, like you gotta kind of allure people with like if you're gonna be a pretty price, you gotta look pretty. It is what it
Yeah.
is, right? Like,
You gotta feel
I
pretty.
mean, if ain't nobody trying to spend, ain't, ain't nobody trying to spend 20 grand on a rusted out Chevelle, right? They want it to
No.
be purring, they want it to be shiny, they want it to look good when it rolls off the lot, and they want it to impress other people, be able to be impressive, right? And you're trying to stand out. You're standing in front of you're trying to stand in front of PlayStation in some type of way, but you're also trying to step in front of Steam some type of way. You're stepping into two different aspects now compared to last generation where it seemed like you were only stepping in front of PlayStation.
And losing.
So now you got to somehow make not only the console gamer impressed, but you got to make the PC gamer be like, what am I missing out on? One thing that you're missing out on immediately is Grand Theft Auto. So that's attractive on its own in a game, but that's not enough to be like, all right, I'm going with it. I'm going specifically with the Xbox. I feel like if they add maybe a new controller style that you can only play with that, or that can only be played with that, or the new piece, or like PCs or whatever, not with the previous one. They have to leave a little bit behind to go forward, in my opinion. And that's part of the transformation for me. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm really interested to see how, because that's the only way that they're going to get to that 30 or 40 that I'm predicting. But what I am predicting is a wild card at the end of the day. I think they're going to come out with something that we didn't see coming. That's going to be really freaking cool. Because we've seen this, we've been talking about Xbox being integrated and having PC and having Steam for like the last 2 years. We've been talking about that. That's old news.
Yeah.
It's not going to be surprising to anybody when that happens, except the people that are not really that big into gaming. But those of us that are pretty big in the game and have a good idea of that, and I'm wondering how this is all going to integrate. I'm wondering how AI is going to be a part of it. They've got a lot of wrapping paper that they got to deal with before they reveal it to us, and I just don't know what to expect. I don't know what's behind door number one at all.
All right. So that's the panel, y'all. Those are the predictions. I hope you guys are putting your predictions as well in the comment section. JD Gamer, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And before I read it, I just want to say, dude, like, hats off to you, brother. Like, listen.
You stand on business.
Exactly. Like, he's wrong, right? He is wrong, but he
In our
means
opinion,
this shit.
keep in
You
mind,
know
this
what
is
I
our
mean?
opinion still.
Yeah.
Because
But
this
he
is
means
crazy,
it.
right? But so is we could say other crazy stuff that might happen. So
Yeah. Like, you are wrong, JD Gamer. You are definitely wrong. But dude, respect to you because you mean what you say. Wow. JD Gamer, again, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, I think the panel might be wrong about the sales depending on the OEM plans because this hybrid plus OEM plan allows them into markets like China plus Korea. Panel
Not a bad point.
That's
thoughts.
fair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I
That's
mean,
a good point.
if the OEM stuff is confirmed, because I mean, I kind of assume that they're doing OEM,
Yeah.
which is why I said I'll get the lowest end SKU of whoever makes the lowest end SKU. I'll get that. But yeah, I mean, if like Dell, Acer, Asus, and all these other people are making Xboxes, they're going to be able to sell to places that Xbox just currently doesn't sell, quite frankly.
At all.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's see, JD Gamer. Let's see if your prediction actually pans out. We shall see. All right. So, final thoughts before we move on. Does anyone have any final thoughts on Project Helix? We got to keep it going.
I don't.
No.
Oh, I'm good.
All right. Hold on. Let me change the screen up to this. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be nuts. PlayStation PC ports have struggled due to delayed releases. Research firm claims. That's according to a new analysis by research firm Newzoo via gamesindustry.biz conducted following this week's report that Sony is allegedly, again, I would like to reiterate that this is a rumor from a very trusted source, right? The Michael Jordan of video games journalism, but still Still,
Oh my god.
Sony
Old and
Relax.
washed. Old and washed. It's just. It's
No, this
just.
is 1995. Michael Jordan, settle down.
No.
Who's this?
Okay.
Hold on, who's this from? Is this
Jason
IGN?
Schreier. Jason
Oh, never mind.
Schreier.
I
Oh
thought
my
he was doing IGN. I'm about to say,
god.
dude, shut up. Okay,
No,
all
no,
right.
no, no. This part about the Michael Jordan of video game journalism, it's me just adding context that this is just a
Jason
rumor.
Schreier.
This
Yeah,
is not official news
yeah.
from Sony
Jason
or
Dunkman
anyone.
Schreier. Yeah.
All right, let's carry on. Let's carry on. Um, according to Yuzu, Sony Interactive Entertainment's strategy of releasing games first on PS5 followed by PC months or years later led to a lower audience on PC compared to games that released on multiple platforms.
You don't say.
Quote, quote, Newzoo's data shows that PlayStation titles ported to PC after the console launch typically see PC account for around 13% of total players in the first 3 months across both releases, said Manu Rossier, Director of Market Intelligence at Newzoo. Quote, by comparison, when comparable to AAA titles launched simultaneously on PC and console, PC contributes closer to 44% of players in the same period. What's notable is that this pattern is not specific to Sony's first party portfolio. We see almost no difference between first party PlayStation titles, 12% PC share, and third party PlayStation exclusives, 13%, suggesting the outcome is primarily driven by the staggered release strategy rather than franchise demand on PC. Looking at individual titles, the earlier wave of PlayStation PC releases captured relatively strong player shares on the platform. Horizon Zero Dawn reached 22% PC share, God of War 2018 14% PC share, and Marvel Spider-Man 14% as well. More recent ports have generally seen smaller PC shares, including Ratchet and Clank 8%,
Whoa,
Horizon Forbidden West 7%,
whoa.
God of War Ragnarok 6%, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2 5%. The key takeaway is that release timing has a significant impact on PC engagement. When a PC version arrives years after the console launch, much of the early life cycle demand has already been captured on the primary platform. Matt, what are your thoughts?
I, I think. Well, I
So
mean, they're
on
right
both sides,
on both sides.
PlayStation rumored to be taking
Yeah.
their games back to PlayStation console exclusivity, and also this report from this company.
Uh, I mean, here's the thing. If okay, so about the PlayStation rumor thing, like we've said it for years that eventually they'd be going day and date. They haven't done that, which I would assume means they obviously don't care. So if they don't care, then yeah, just don't bother releasing games on PC at that point. And in terms of this report, I mean, obviously, like their PlayStation's treating their games like there's really not any, well, not many games. There's like one game, two games. However many games Rockstar makes that are of that quality, that's how many games there are that can get away with doing what PlayStation's trying to do. Like GTA 5 launching a couple years later on PC, nobody cares. They still buy it.
Yep.
Red Dead
It's true.
Redemption 2 launching a couple years later on PC, nobody cares. They still buy it. It's like that's just the way it works. But your game isn't GTA 5. Your game isn't Red Dead Redemption 2. they're not. And I saw Fuzzy Tomato say it's actually wild how little Spider-Man 2 sold on Steam. Yeah, and he also followed it up with it's almost like
I don't think
marketing
it's
help.
wild. I don't think it's wild. I think a lot of people who played PlayStation, because we try to pretend that these games, when they come out, they're like little bubbles. They're really not. When the game comes out, everyone gets to see the gameplay, everyone sees the Asmongold reaction, and then people make decisions. And then
Yeah,
when you give it year, like it's bad enough when you give it a couple of days for people to make decisions. When you give it years and years and years for people to sit down and be like, oh, okay, so I don't really care about Spider-Man 2,
but
right? Everyone saw Miles Morales with that horrible voice of his. Everyone saw that you in Spider-Man 2 you play as some autistic person that has to paint a wall, a mural. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but no one's buying Spider-Man to do that specific thing. Like all this stuff adds up, and now people are making much more informed decisions before they buy the game. Sorry for interrupting, Matt. I hope that didn't cancel your train of thought.
no, so I don't even think I mean maybe, but also I don't like you're releasing your game like you're releasing your game too late.
Yeah.
If you launch your game the same day you launch it on your console, then it's part of marketing, which is exactly what Fuzzy Tomato said immediately after he said that. He says it's almost like marketing helps you sell games. It does.
And momentum
If
as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you release everything together, then you have one marketing cycle. And trust me, Spider-Man gets a huge marketing cycle because it's Spider-Man. Like that generates money. Whether you like the game or not, that's up for people to decide. That generates money. But they for some reason decided, you know what? We'll release it whenever we decide to release it. And people on PC don't care. Like 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 it's not Grand Theft Auto. Nobody cares, which is insane to say because it's Spider Man. But it's like, dude, it's too late. You missed it. You're like God of War Ragnarok. I love God of War Ragnarok. Releasing it a year after it came out on console, there's no
Good
marketing
luck.
hype. Nobody
Good
cares.
luck.
Like nobody really cares. Like you know who's buying that on a PC a year after it releases is someone like
Who?
me who really loved the game and was like, I'll get it on PC. That's it. It's not somebody who's been hyped for God of War Ragnarok and has been waiting a full year to play it. That's not that person doesn't exist on PC. Like so you're like it's like Sony came to this conclusion if this report is true, which come on, it makes a lot of sense. It's like Sony came to this conclusion, well, it's like they don't want us it's like they don't want us releasing anything there. No, they want you releasing it on time.
You dumb
Well,
fucks.
and then they're just like, well, we just can't do that. Well, yeah, you can. You bought a studio for it. But whatever. I mean, like I, I saw somebody online, and I'm not going to go off on too much of a tangent on this, but I saw somebody online. My buddy Mike shared it with me. Someone I don't even understand their logic, so I can't even really explain it to you. But somebody online was saying, this is all Microsoft's fault, and I don't understand. Like I read their post like 4 different times. I couldn't understand how it was. Like I didn't understand what they were trying to say. Like they were saying that PlayStation games weren't selling well on PC because of Xbox, and I was like, well, no, that's not true. It's because they're not releasing them on time. And like my friend told him, like I was just so confused as to how we've come to this conclusion. But
Here we go.
I don't know, mental gymnastics, I guess. But I don't know. The report seems like it would be accurate. It makes sense. And yeah, if PlayStation doesn't care about doing it, then why are you doing it? Just stop doing it, I guess.
That is wild. Blaming it on Microsoft. That is.
I
Wow.
gotta see if I can find that because I really would like to
Yeah,
understand.
like what's the reasoning?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find this because I need to
Raichi's
understand.
asking, what if PS games aren't that special? Raichi, again, I hope no one clips me as like a PlayStation pony or something, because that's not what I am. But Raichi, the amount of people that buy these consoles, the games are pretty special. Okay,
They're not
the
though.
games are pretty special.
They're not.
No,
They're playing Fortnite though when they buy the
Exactly.
console.
Like God
sure.
of
We
War
all saw
isn't.
those stats. We all saw those stats. Like
Yeah.
the PlayStation games aren't in the top 10 for the games that people are buying.
Yes.
We all saw those stats,
Yeah.
but people are still buying the console.
Yes, because
Yeah.
it's the default console. It has nothing
Because
to
they're
do with the
buddy.
games.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
why is it the default console?
Because
How did it
because
become?
because
How did it
Xbox
become
pooped all
the
over
default
themselves
console?
with the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god!
why it's the default
I
console.
agree.
So,
Why
so
was
now
why
you're
was the
sounding
why
like
was
a
the
friend.
360 why was the 360 the default console? Because it was good and they didn't poop all down their leg. Like
Now you're sounding like your friend who is blaming everything on Xbox,
that's not
even
my
though
friend. My
PlayStation is
friend
making.
showed me a post about. Okay, whatever.
Oh,
Continue.
okay. Sorry.
Continue.
You're sounding like that guy who's blaming Xbox for PlayStation's like decisions.
I mean, it's kind of true. Like if Xbox had a competent launch for the Xbox One, they'd probably be in a much different spot.
Yeah, I think so.
It's kind of true.
They lost
Alright.
that, like that thing that Phil Spencer says. I think like
They
everyone's
lost the best.
yeah. I think like
Worst.
that. I think that's one of the most important like things that he said. That wasn't just like PR speak. It's like they lost the digital era. Everyone locked in that generation to the
Yes.
digital library. It's very hard to remove yourself from that, especially if all your friends are there too and stuff, and they all have digital libraries. You're just gonna go back. You're not even gonna look at what else is out there.
Yep.
All right. We can agree to disagree. Here's another thing for us to disagree. G maybe says Asmongold's seal of approval is much more reliable than Jeff Keighley's. I'm with G maybe. I'm sorry. Every game that I've ever seen Asmongold say suck
I gotta mute myself.
has failed. No, Matt. Don't run from it. Don't run from it. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. Go.
I'm not gonna say what I want to say. I'm not gonna do that. I said God bless. I said God bless. I wish
Alright.
him nothing but the best.
Plume, you also gonna say God bless?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say God bless
All right.
everything.
Ham, God bless as well.
Yep. That's.
God damn. All right.
I mean,
Well,
it's
I agree with
it's
you, maybe.
whatever. I
I
mean,
agree.
everybody has their own people of who they like. I mean, I think
Exactly.
there's a lot of people I'd choose over Jeff Keighley, right? He told
Yeah.
me to play high guard. I'm all set.
Yep.
I don't think Jeff Keighley's a very high bar to pass.
No,
The
it's
seal
not.
of
It's really
approval.
not.
That is true. That is true. I mean, when you have an opinion that can be bought, do you really have an opinion? Do you? Do you? Fuzzy says I bought more Sony games on my PC than I have on my PS5. All right, Ham, what are your thoughts on PlayStation rumored to be pulling their games back, and also on this study that points out the most obvious conclusion we all came to?
I mean, I think it. I understand why they're doing it. At the same time, I don't understand why they're doing it if they're trying to get money. But I think their excuses as to, or what people have gave as excuses as to why they are pulling back, are horrible excuses for two reasons, or a few reasons. One of them being your games are good, but they're not to die for, right? So like it's to to be as audacious as to put out something a few years later or even a year later and just be like, this should sell pretty good with as much marketing as a random state of play freaking splash screen that just says coming to PC.
Coming to PC.
yeah, like okay, that's cool. I mean,
Sure.
but like the
That's a
PC
thing.
players have already seen what the game went through. They like if you're there's so many ways to access and see. This isn't 1995 where
Yeah.
we couldn't figure out what happened in that game at all, or figure
No.
out what it went through, or figure out what the reviews say, or stuff like that. So, like, I think each day that they didn't drop it on PC dropped the amount of people that buy it
Yeah.
pretty significantly.
Yeah.
Because not only are you dropping it later, but it's also kind of like it's almost kind of like a way of saying you guys don't really mean shit to me until I need you.
No,
And
pay
like
up.
I feel like a lot of PC players feel that way, right? Like it's like you're dropping in it here and it's cool, but the way that you're dropping it here, I might as well wait until it goes on the steepest sale that it can. Cause you already made me wait a year.
So you wait.
What the fuck is just wait until Black Friday now? Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you already made me wait all this time. Why not just wait until a holiday season comes and I know you're gonna give me 35, maybe 50% off the game, or I can figure out a way to get it off of a key site way cheaper, something like that. Your window of opportunity is smaller on PC than it is on console. And if for you to push that clear past the launch of the console, you're shooting yourself dead in the foot. And then on top of it, like I said, you think your games are quote unquote special. They're pretty special. Yes, they are. They're good games. I'm not gonna sit here and clown on any of the PS5 games, but what I will say is if somebody has a regular game that they like, especially seeing that they're talking about shifting more towards multiplayer games being on PC,
Ooh.
and that's where they're diving to. Well, they got a lot of work to do. And if Bungie was their best purchase to figure out what they could do, that's too bad. That is too bad. Because we can clearly feel, like, all of us players, like, I'm not even here to just crap on Marathon, right? Like, Marathon is doing fine when it comes to numbers. But do I think they're doing Bungie fine? Not really. I feel like they're doing fine if this was like, to be honest, if this was like a studio that we haven't heard too much about or wasn't too crazy, like maybe Pearl Abyss, right? Or somebody like, I don't know, like Embark Studios is doing currently, the people that made the finals and the people that also made Arc Raiders, right? They're killing it right now, right?
Yeah.
But
That's relative to them.
but 88,000 at a peak on a game that you're launching also on Steam that is a Bungie game, the Destiny maker, the Halo maker. I don't know, man. That just doesn't light up the sky. And in my opinion, I feel like that's the best that they got right now. And it's like, yikes. If that's the best that you got, then what were you guys planning with Blue Point, with God of War? What the hell were you guys thinking? What were you planning with Spider-Man? Because I felt like that was an easy win. Like,
It looked nice.
what were y'all doing back there? So like I'm completely flabbergasted with the idea of them trying to only go multiplayer on PC, because what they're doing is doing their not bread and butter and giving it to PC players. And I'm like, wait a second.
Yep.
You're giving me nothing but green beans.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the meatloaf?
Imagine
Oh, you
getting a
just keep
check.
giving me green beans over fucking and over. I don't want to even like Hell Divers is like the mac and cheese. Like like that's the, and they didn't even technically do that themselves. That was a second party studio that came in and used them as publisher.
That is kind of wild when you put it like
So
that.
it's just like if
all green
if
beans.
Marathon's the best that you got, I'm not saying it's terrible or it's gonna die right away. It's not for me in particular, but it's just like, man, y'all, man. And then the next thing that we're thinking about possibly is what was that other game?
Fair games.
Fair games.
Oh
That's a fair game.
man,
Ooh,
I don't.
come on, man.
I'm not
That's
convinced
just,
that's gonna happen.
and they're gonna be like, PC, eat this up, and they're gonna be like, maybe. They'll be taste testing it, and it'll be good for a little. It might even be decent because if it's anything like the finals, it should be pretty decent. But it's really weird
Should
that
be.
like PlayStation's starting to remind me of Square Enix a little bit, where you were the lead person that people wanted to chase. Now you're chasing motherfuckers.
chasing trends. Yeah.
Like exactly, because Embark already got the finals and Arc Raiders, and PlayStation's just gonna make a copy and paste of both of them, but with their spin on it. I don't know, man. It's just, to me, that doesn't scream swag, but okay.
And
We'll
to your
see
point
how they
about
do.
keeping the main thing, to your point about keeping the main thing, Ham, that's how Nintendo has kind of like maintained their lead as far as consoles. They're like, this is what we're good at. We're just gonna keep doing this. You know?
I mean, but it goes also to the quality of the game, because like I said, none of their IPs are really to die for. If you put Breath of the Wild on Steam today, it would fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Oh, it would go crazy.
It would
It
sound
would go
I'd probably
nuts.
get it.
I'd
I'd
get
probably
it.
get it.
I'd totally get it.
So that's my point. Like, as much as they say that their games are great, they're pretty good. They're fun. They're interesting stories, but like,
also
but they
like
don't have like that longevity love as much. Like, I think the only one that might, and that didn't do well either recently, is God of War, but it was in the midst of changing what God of War completely was. He became a fucking dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it turned into a
Does
completely
change
different
things.
game by the time it came to PC like that. So
It
it's
does
just
change
like,
things.
I don't know, man. I don't think they treat their IPs good enough. And I'm not saying Xbox does either. Xbox is crazy about sitting on IPs. So like I think both of them need to reach in the bag and just give people what the fuck they want. That's their problem. They're so scared, and it is something to actually be legitimate scared about. They're so scared of, if they were to go day and date, they could lose. Like, oh yeah, I could get a PC device real quick and just, it'll look better every single time on my device over the PlayStation. So why would people want to get a PlayStation? Like, but I think they made such a name for themselves. It'd take a long time, and they have so many other options that make their console a reason to go to, that I don't think day and date would really pull away from the sell of the console, as long as they make the console reasonable.
Nah. Nah. Like for me, this announcement has definitely made me more interested in the PS6. I was pretty much done with PlayStation. Knowing that everything is eventually going to PC. Plume, you're gonna say something. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that. I mean, they've sold 92 million, which is their last number, and they've had games on PC all generation. So like we can see that PCs had basically no effect on their console sales. People are still buying them. Maybe day and day would have a bit more of an effect, but I don't know, man. I think like there wouldn't be such a drastic fall off of console sales if they released their games day and day, and they would just be making a bunch more money. So it is kind of confusing. It seems like they half-assed PC, and they're just like, yeah, that was Jim Ryan
in a disrespectful way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems like it.
Yeah.
Also, like Spider-Man 2 is a terrible port. There were so many issues with it.
Yep.
So that, I feel like that.
Yeah,
plays
besides the
really
game
well on that one.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And PC gamers do not mess around when it comes to that.
No.
Unless, of
PC gamers
course,
do
Game, they
not
just
play.
destroy all
unless
the
of
rules.
course it's Monster Hunter Wilds, and they eat that shit up. They love
Listen.
it.
Listen.
Like I said, it has to do with is the game like that or not? And no,
We found out that the PlayStation games aren't. G maybe, listen. G maybe says Sony's patenting autoplay that tells you the quality of the gameplay is just not interesting. G maybe. Xbox is doing the same thing.
Wait,
Look at the
what are they
screen.
doing?
well, this is help sessions, but yeah, PlayStation Patent did something similar like this a few years back.
Yeah. So I just put it up on the screen.
The AI thing.
Xbox
Yeah.
is doing more or less the same thing. So
Yeah, they're all gonna do that.
sorry,
Help.
buddy. Sorry.
It helps get people get through games faster, and then they can go spend more money on more games.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, it's funny as many people that make fun of that. I know a ton of people that also just go to YouTube and find how to
Yeah.
finish stuff. So it's just like
But
it's not that crazy, but in local.
But you still have
Bro,
to
I don't
do it,
want to
though.
hear about your 7-hour Kojima fucking scene. You ain't playing nothing for a hot minute. So I don't want to hear about somebody not playing a game for a certain segment or something. That's on them. That's their choice. But like, I mean,
No. I'm
think
just
it's
pushing
kinda
back
cool.
with you maybe pointing at PlayStation. That's all I'm doing. I'm just
yeah, we
pointing.
shouldn't laugh at any of that, really,
Yeah.
because I mean, I think it is honestly a good thing. As much as people hate it, and they're like, well, they're gonna play a Souls game and they're not gonna earn everything. Like who cares? It's not you that's
Why do you
playing
care?
it. If it's a challenge for you, then it's a challenge for you. But like, if the other person doesn't want it to be a challenge, it's not a big deal. Like obviously, in certain things, like when you're playing Starfield, it's certain easy to turn on a mod that's like, your achievements are off, buddy. And I think that's fair. Something like
Yeah.
that is fair. Like
Yeah.
you played this game without using auto. That should be like an automatic achievement in part of every game. If they want to add something like this, and then I don't think there's a problem because everybody could see if you cheated or not. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's not a big deal. I think it's good, especially for like kids like my daughter trying to get in to learn and play games and actually be more comfortable with it. It'd be cool, like when she gets stuck on something, she doesn't always have to run and come grab me. Oh, that's how you do it, and then maybe she wants to play that part again and figure it out.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
what it is. That's cool to me.
It's not the end of the world. Plume, what are your thoughts on PlayStation reportedly pulling their games away? And also the study that says that they kind of failed because they didn't do day and date on PC.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think that's pretty obvious. That plays a huge role in it. I always thought they were going to go day and date. I'd always say that they were, but it's just like there's so much. There's just that FOMO that people get when a new game releases. You're missing out on all of those instant sales, right? And everyone talking about it on social media and all that stuff. So that makes sense. But I do. It is somewhat confusing in a way because like people are just like looking at it and they're like, oh, it's only 1%. It's only $2 billion that they're just giving away. But like $2 billion is still $2 billion when they're canceling games and they're spending so much to develop them. They could still be taking this, and they could still be taking this money and funding a game, at least one game. I don't know what their profit is, but I'm sure it's at least enough to fund one game with the amount that they made off of PC. So I don't understand why they would do it for, like, people are saying they're afraid of Xbox or they're afraid of Steam Machine and all that. I don't fully buy that argument because, like, their console's still going to sell They're still going to get a lot of people buying into it. I think they just really want to protect their margins, reduce this cost in as many ways as possible right now with how
Not
much
have to buy
money
new
they've lost.
studios.
Yeah. Not have to shut down maybe new other studios. Like, what are they going to do
But it
with
doesn't make
Nixus?
sense. Exactly. It doesn't make sense. They bought Nexus specifically to facilitate
Yeah.
the
They're
port.
still doing it though. They're still facilitating multiplayer PC rollouts with Nix.
Death Stranding
So it's
2
not like
just
they're not
recently.
using it.
Yeah, but how many? I guess it will be for their multiplayer and for their third party deals going
Which
forward.
is nuts. Okay. So for me, usually, like, I just ask the panel for their opinions and then we keep it pushing. But I do have strong opinions about this. I think this is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen PlayStation do, in my personal opinion. Right? And I do like PlayStation a lot. But yeah, I think this is really dumb because to Plume's point, 0% of $1 billion is still 0%, right? People keep talking about, oh, they only made 10%, they only made 12%. Guys, these are corporations, and this is why I keep saying, I'm not saying Jason Schreier is lying. I'm not saying he's lying. This is why I keep saying, guys, let's wait for the official announcement from PlayStation. Let's wait for the official announcement because, guys, one thing we all talk about, whether it's this channel or every other common sense channel, right? Like the channels that just look at the facts. These corporations, all they actually care about is the shareholders and making sure that in the next quarter, the numbers go up. That's all they ever really care about. Is this going to make the numbers go up? We've known for a fact that for the last 10 to 15 years, console gaming, in terms of the amount of players, in terms of the amount of purchases, it's either it's either stagnating or it's going down, depending on which platform you're talking about. It's not going up for anyone. So I'm thinking, how does this make sense to even if it's only 10% sales on PC, how does this make the number go up for the next quarter or two?
You know
with
how they
PlayStation?
mitigate though a little bit? Can I show you
Go
something?
ahead. Let's
This is
see.
how you mitigate it a little bit, buddy. You do stuff like this.
I can't see it. Hold on.
I put it
Oh,
on
the
the screen, buddy.
dynamic pricing?
You do stuff like this, bud. That'll fix it.
What? Red Dead Redemption. Ooh. Was excited to finally purchase until I realized the price was low on my wife's account. My wife doesn't play much, and so buying it on her account may not be the best decision to keep everything easily accessible for me. Seeing this soured me on buying it quite a bit. And for reference, same region, same PlayStation, same country and currency.
That's you know what? If you're a good customer, pay a little more, bud.
Yeah.
Pay a little more.
They know you're already locked in. They don't need to entice you.
Yeah,
You're
man.
You're new. Oh, this is cheap. They
Not
dangle it.
only
And
are
they,
you locked in, let's throw the shackles on too. Let's get you hooked up.
Like this just
Isn't that
makes
great?
This pisses me off. This
That's
really
helpful.
pisses me off.
they told us they were going to do this, though.
Yep, they said, you know what? You're
CFOs.
balling, pay more. And then they looked at her wife and said, she's a fucking brokey.
There you go. Here's a little.
Get in
freebie
here,
for you.
woman.
Here's a little freebie for you.
Yeah, here's a little cut.
Oh my
Why don't
god.
you treat yourself to a little something there? Oh man, that's dumb. That's
Their
really
CFO
dumb.
told us that their goal going forward is to monetize their player base more. So I'm not shocked.
Yep, that's pretty player friendly.
Yeah.
And continuing my point, fellas. This has a roof. This has a limit. More and more people, Ham, are going to come to the conclusion that this is not sustainable for themselves. It's why all it's. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
No, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
no, no.
Because I had
It's
to
why.
look something up before I said what I was going to say.
Okay, okay. Look it up. It's why all the analytics guys across the board, all the analytics says the numbers are going down. But if you go to Steam, if you go to PC gaming, guess what's happening? The numbers going up. There's more players jumping in. There's more games being sold over there. We just saw Capcom celebrate the sales for not just Requiem, but just all of their games across the board. They're like, yeah, PC is the place to be in terms of total sales. So again,
It's like the opposite of CD keys over there on PlayStation.
yeah,
They just figure out a good way to just bone you a little harder.
yeah, yeah.
Just like, oh, that's a pretty good game, isn't it? I bet you like this one.
Would be a shame if the price went up. Would be a
You should
real
get it while
shame.
it's on this killer sale of
And the,
more than you should pay.
like they probably check your profile. They probably check your profile. Oh, so you've played all the Yakuza games, and the next Yakuza game is about to come up. Guess how much you're about to pay? Guess.
There's got to be illegal.
And so my buddy told me that this game was on sale, and I went to it, and it wasn't.
Bro, PlayStation probably
Like,
looks at
that's
my
happening.
profile. Like when I turn on my PlayStation 5, PlayStation probably looks at my profile when it's time for like the next Metal Gear remake. They're like, this guy will probably pay $100. It's fine. It's fine. Charge him $100. He'll pay. He'll pay. It's not a problem.
We'll
Jason
unlock
Schreier's gotta start
we'll unlock
his next-
your region for $15 more.
Bro.
Ponies love that shit though. Have you seen them on social media? They want to pay more. They're probably celebrating.
Gee.
It's the Apple. They're the Apple of gaming. It's
Yeah.
like you're paying for. Why am I paying more? Because we're Apple. Because you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but why?
Because
why?
because you keep doing it. Until you stop doing it, you're just gonna keep paying more. So deal with it. That's pretty much it. That's what they're saying is like until you quit paying more for no fucking reason, we're gonna keep charging you for no reason at all.
Simple.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing. And you mentioned earlier, Loke, about a cap. There's got to be a cap to this. The PS2 sold about 160 million.
Yeah.
I would wager that's the cap. And my only line of thinking.
I would say it's even lower than that.
Oh well, that's the thing. It's gone down since then. Like people who are like only playing on console, that's gone down since then. But the only line of thinking I have where this makes sense is they think that Xbox is just kind of out of the whole quote unquote traditional console thing. So they're like, okay, we'll lean more into it and hope that we get those people to come to us, and our number will therefore grow, even though the total number of people doing this is not growing. That's the only line of thinking I can come up with where this makes any sense, and even then it still doesn't make any sense, quite frankly. It's the best I can come up with, though.
It's a big miscalculation, in my opinion.
It is.
Dorian Gray says Sony losing Sony games, nothing of value was lost. Again, Dorian Gray, I think that's a bit of a stretch. But I kind of understand more or less what you're saying. That you know what? If you're a PC only player, and I guess I'm gonna put this to the panel, but I'll go first. If you're a PC only gamer, in my estimation, if hearing this news does not deter you from maining PC and just being like, I guess I'm never gonna play another PlayStation game again, like the new ones at least. And I think a lot of PC gamers are perfectly okay with that, myself included.
Well, they weren't buying them before anyways,
Yeah.
right? Before PlayStation started putting their games on PC, like a lot of these PC gamers buying them weren't going out and buying a PlayStation anyway. So why would they just be like, oh, now I'm gonna go buy a PlayStation because I played
Exactly.
this one game?
If-
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, if anything, this honestly probably just sours people's PC gamers' opinion of PlayStation. If
Yeah.
anything, because they're not gonna. They're like, I feel like what Plume just hinted at there. I feel like PlayStation's like, well, if you don't appreciate it, then we'll just go somewhere else, and everybody's gonna be like, okay, all right,
Get the step in. Get the
well,
step in.
go somewhere else then, and like, I don't know. It's just goofy. It's backward. It doesn't make any sense, but I don't know.
Maybe Schreier's wrong for this time though. You never know because it doesn't really make any sense. There's no
He's
logic.
not perfect, but he is the most reliable.
He is. Yeah, he's usually correct.
Yeah, exactly. Ren E318C says, "Yep, shareholders want PC ports. This was made clear in last year's fireside chat, so it doesn't make sense." Again, guys, it's not going to be a good look when the next quarter rolls around, and it's like, yeah, so we made a couple million less. Someone's head's gonna roll.
Maybe they'll present it though as like, oh look, we cut all of these costs. Look at these margins. These margins are better.
If those margins make the number go up, that's fine. That'll be fine.
That's
But-
the only thing I would think. But,
Yeah.
but I agree with you. I don't know how they're going to present like their numbers because they're
Yeah.
probably going to go down.
Yeah, I
Probably.
would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. Ty says they still need a value proposition for PlayStation. Throw in the Xbox hybrid and Steam machine, and that was enough for them to pull away. I would do the same. Dude, again, bro, I still feel like it's them kicking the problem down the road because
They are.
they're still gonna have to come back to PC. I'm sorry,
Yeah, I
because
think so.
because
I
your PlayStation player base is not increasing. It's just not.
No. And that's why I was like, it feels like they're trying to. It feels like they're trying to suck up whatever they can from like anybody who's leaving Xbox. Which, let's be honest, if you're leaving Xbox, you're not going to PlayStation. You're going to PC. But they're
I
trying
don't
to.
know. I don't know if that's necessarily
That's entirely true. That's entirely true.
You think?
Yes. I'm not saying here. Let me rephrase this. I'm not saying that every single person who leaves Xbox is never going to PlayStation. I'm not saying that. I'm
You're saying the majority.
for the most part, if you're
Yeah, the
leaving
majority.
any console, you're not going to the other console. You're going to something else.
That's fair.
So, and it feels like they're like, well, we'll just get those Xbox players, those former Xbox players, and our number will grow. It's like, sure, maybe your number grows a little bit, but the overall number of people who are doing only console gaming is shrinking. Doesn't matter if your number grows if the
Yeah.
overall thing is shrinking. So like, it feels like they, if this is true, they want this to be some sort of win, but it's a very, very short term win. And you are going to need to come back to PC at some point. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fuzzy says PC growth will probably slow down for a while with all the RAM problems and stuff. The problem,
Maybe.
Fuzzy, is that PC could stop growing today. PC could stop growing today, and it has more players than all the consoles combined.
Yeah. Also, it won't.
That's
stop
the
growing.
point. No. I'm just trying to explain like the
No,
the,
you're
the-
right. You're right.
the scale here.
You're right.
The scale is nuts. It is insane. All right. So, anyone have any final thoughts on PlayStation pulling PC ports? Reportedly, it's a rumor.
Very smart. Very smart. Very forward thinking.
If the people were celebrating this like it's a good thing, but I think like this also helps them raise the prices of their games too and justify it in the future. And people will
like-
pay it.
It's like, what are you going to wait
They
for the
do.
deal on PC? Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
It ain't coming. Ham,
No, I'm all set, man.
all set. All right.
Dinner time for me about.
All right. Before we hop on out of here, let's see what everyone else has said. Dorian Gray says it's been about 160 million 3 gens in a row now. Legendary Yobi, those last PS2 sales that Jim Ryan said, I still call bullshit. He pulled that shit out of his ass because Nintendo Switch 1 was going to beat those sales. POS moment. We lost 2 games this year. What do I do? There's only exactly. This is a good one, Richie. We lost 2 games this year. What do I do? There's only 20k games coming out on PC this year. I'm sorry, PlayStation. Like, this is not going to motivate people to go and to leave PC and go and buy a PlayStation. Is the people that own a PlayStation are going to keep being the same people. The people that just main PC are not going to be motivated to go out and get a PlayStation now. Xbox players that want to play Sony games probably already own a PS5 too. That is true, G. Maybe that is very true. All right, so that's our show for today. Thank you everyone for coming through. Ham, sorry, no. Before we go to Ham, Plume,
Yeah.
please plug your channel, tell people where they can find you, etc.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys. It was definitely a fun time. Love talking about games and stuff. But you guys can find me Plume Gaming on YouTube and Twitter and for my daily news show and stuff. So there's lots coming up. I think this will be a really fun week too because I think we're gonna get a lot of stuff from GDC this week. So it should be an interesting week for
That's gonna be
Project
fun.
Helix.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, plug your channel, tell people they can find you.
You can
What you're
find
up to?
me on YouTube, Matt Likes Games. I'm trying to get more active over there. It's slow, but we're doing it. We're doing it. And then also Game Drain. I want to start doing reviews, and once I do, all that stuff will be up on Game Drain, also on YouTube. Check that out, and you can find me here every week as well. So that's where you can find me.
All right, Ham Solo, take us out.
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up to the show as usual. Appreciate you guys. We are thinking about Loke, and I have to talk to you afterwards about adjusting the show for Cozy to be able to get on here. So she's on here on a regular. Yeah, so she's on here on a regular with us, but we'll have to talk about that here after the show within the next week. But anyways, yeah, thanks everybody for showing up. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. We'll be back next week. And as usual, keep it gaming or keep it moving. Peace it out.
See you.
They said we said, they said we said, they said we said, they said we said.